Hey everyone, it's Ryan here. So I'm doing a game review today. It's been like a week or so since I've uploaded a video, and I wanted to do this one yesterday, but I was just majorly tired that I just never got around to it. So the game I am talking about today, I can actually show the physical copy for it because it's on the PlayStation 2. I've been playing it on the PlayStation 3 for the past week and a half. Normally I just play it for like an hour or so if like I mentioned this a few times in videos where when I upload a video to YouTube, it messes with my internet connection for some reason. Like even trying to do anything else on my phone, it's like, oh, you've not got an internet connection, blah blah blah. So it does it on my laptop, does it on the Xbox, does it on PlayStation, and all that stuff. But with PlayStation, I can play digital games without an issue because with Xbox they connect it to the cloud. So you basically need to be online to access the cloud. So therefore, I can't really play any online games. And then, unfortunately, with that, like it's the same as signing into a profile. I won't be signed in with any save files because it's all on the cloud. Um, so I've been playing this game. It's called Road Trip Adventure. So as you can see, I've got something like I bought this one. Um, I remember I bought it off Amazon like 4 years ago. It was a game that I grew up playing. I grew up playing a lot of like racing type games. So Crash Team Racing, Toy Story Racer, Muppet Race Mania. Road Trip Adventure was just like another one of those for me where it's like it looked like a simple racing game. I quite like the arcade racing style. I don't know if many games still do this nowadays, but this was the first time I experienced this sort of game. Like it's in the name itself, Road Trip Adventure. So the way it works is you just start off as a regular car. You name yourself. You name the currency. Like the currency is not too special. It's normally just to buy parts to upgrade to do better in races. So the story to this one is, so the entire world is all cars, by the way. So basically every single character is a car of some sort. The president decides that he wants to step down because he's too old. So he wants to find someone to be able to basically replace him as president. And the way that is, he holds this World Grand Prix, but you have to basically win certain races to be able to qualify for it. Um, so you start off with your character. The nice thing that you can do as well, it gives you a random like car body to start with, and basically if you're not happy with it, just start again. It'll give you a new one. It's not like a set one each time. Um, but what happens is you start off in this town. It's called Peach Town, which is basically just the first town. It's nice and small. There's a handful of cars there, and then you can do the race there. Or like when you do the race, that's how you earn your money, depending where you place. With each town you go to, it does get a bit harder, so they do recommend buying a better, like a better engine, better car parts, essentially. Um, so you win your race that way. Um, but the nice thing about this game, which, like I said, I don't think they've done too much in other games, is there's an adventure mode to it. So you you start off in this garage. It's called Q's Factory. Like basically every town has like the same set of shops and stuff. So you got Q's Factory, which is like your main hub. You got a paint shop, which you know tells you it's a paint shop. You got a body shop where you can buy new bodies. They tend to be ones of the bodies of the cars that are in that town. Um, you've got a parts shop, so if you want to upgrade your vehicle, you can do it that way. Um, there's also a lot of other side quests you can do, so you can go into other people's houses, and normally they'll have a quest for you or something. Um, so some of them are literally like, oh, can you deliver this bottle to this person in this town, or uh, like if you like, you can find basically mini games in certain areas. And then like there's a lot of other things on the side as well. So you got pictomatic shops where basically you just take your picture. When you go in one of them, you take the picture and then they tell you where the next one is. You have a stamp book, so there's 100 stamps, and essentially your main objective, as well as winning the World Grand Prix, become president, is to fill all 100 stamps in that book. And it's a lot like for me, it's been a lot of fun to be able to play it again. I've recently started saying it, like, you know, when you see it on Twitter when like certain pages, like gaming pages, just go, "Oh, what was your favorite game of all time?" Or, "Oh, what game do you like that doesn't get enough love?" and stuff. Like Road Trip Adventure is the one I go for. I feel like it's one of those games where I know it's like only a little thing, but I wish it sort of got remastered in a way so it had trophies to it, because they've done that with the Jak and Daxter series, with the Ratchet and Clank series and stuff like that. I was kind of hoping they'd do the same with Road Trip Adventure, even though it was just one solid game. There's never been a sequel to it, which I feel is a shame. Um, but yeah, like there's so many side quests you can do to like helping people. Obviously with side missions, there's mini games. You can find coins hidden around. There's a area you can go to called My City, where you go there. There's an estate agent there, and he basically wants you to build the city. So you start off with a garage in there, and then as you're going around different towns, which is what for me was a big appealing part of it, you literally drive from town to town to basically compete in these other races. Um, you find extra characters, and a lot of them like, oh, I wish I could open up my own shop of this sort. Like they'll have the same body as what they're representing. So you get one that looks like the Q's factory one, you get one that looks like the body shop, one that looks like the parts shop, and then you basically tell them about the city, and then that's where they move to. And normally in My City, once you've built it up, you can get better parts. You can get instead of going to certain towns to get body parts, the body shop will have all of them and extra ones in there. There's a character called Coin who basically he wants you to collect coins for him, and he'll reward you. For every 10 you get something new, like a new body, a new engine part, new tires, stuff like that. And essentially that becomes very beneficial, like if you collect the coins, because he'll give you like one of the top engines you can get, like way before you can actually go anywhere to purchase it. Um, yeah, and then another nice thing as well is if you complete like certain objectives or like win certain races, people around the town will ask to join your team, so you can have up to two teammates, and you get their prize money as well if they finish in the top six. Um, and yeah, it's like it's nice being able to switch around that way. If you switch people out, they just take the parts and stuff of the other people that were before, so don't feel like you just spent 10,000 of your currency on this engine for this character. You swapped them out and then you've lost that engine. Basically, the new character now has that engine. But yeah, there's like several tire types. You can like you can upgrade your transmission, your gearbox, your brakes, your steering. Steering's one of the beneficial ones, especially for one of the tracks in the game. Your engine's your main one. As you get later on, there's different areas you can go to. I'll list all the towns. So you got Peach Town, which is just like starter town. You got Fuji City, which is essentially it's their version of Japan, I guess. My City, which is your own area. There's Sand Polis, which in a way is Las Vegas. Essentially, that's where, like, one of my favorite mini games is this football. You basically play car football. So I feel like they did car football before Top Gear did car football. Because I think this came out in like 2002. It might have done 2003. It came out. But yeah, like I said, I have a lot of fun with this game. What other towns are there? I'm just trying to go through them as I go along. White Mountain is essentially just a snow village in the mountains. You've got Chestnut Canyon, which is essentially like the Grand Canyon, I guess. And then Mushroom Road's not too far away from it. It's just like a tiny village with like mushroom houses. Like I said, White Mountain. And then you can go through a tunnel and you fall in the water. And if you keep driving forwards, you end up on Papaya Island, which is essentially like a Hawaiian island. And then from there, there's a small island on there, which you need either a propeller or a jet boost, which you can get later on, to land on this island. And then there's a building going which takes you basically up into the cloud in Cloud Hill, where the president lives. Essentially, the story to it is, like I've said before with the whole president thing, is you have to go from town to town, winning these races, upgrading yourself along the way. And then once you beat all the rank C races, which are like sort of easy ones, you then got rank B, which are a bit harder and there's different tracks to it. Then you've got rank A, where again they're a bit harder. Only certain towns have rank A races or rank B races. And then once you've done all that, you unlock the World Grand Prix, where it'll be you and your two teammates against, I think, 6 other teams. If I remember correct, 7 teams, sorry. There's 24 races in each race. And you essentially have to, in the World Grand Prix series, you have to basically come top to then have a one-on-one race with the president because you won the World Grand Prix. And then you got to beat him in a race. And then you become the president. And then essentially every single car essentially wants to team with you. But yeah, like I said, I spent like a good week and a half just going on it. I had a lot of fun with it. I think even nowadays people would probably have a lot of fun with it. Like I said, I don't think there's many games that do that nowadays. Like, I know Crash Team Racing has a bit of like the free mode when you're driving around, but you're stuck in such a small area. Like you go to like 4 different hub worlds and then you just jump into the race and that's it. Like Need for Speed games don't do that, where it's like you can drive around but then there's like other side missions to do. I know the crew's fairly big as well, but I think that's the same thing. You literally just go to certain areas just to race and do different race types. I would like to see more of the adventure racing type games. Would be quite nice. Yeah, like maybe it's just my nostalgia talking, but I think just the fact that I've not really played any other car game like it, like puts it up there as one of my favorites of all time. I would definitely recommend picking it up. It is available on the digital store for the PlayStation 3. I think I bought it for about $2.99, so it's not too expensive. I would say definitely give it a go. Yeah, like there's not really much else I can say about it. It's like I've had a lot of fun being able to play it again. Like it's literally a top game for me to play. I've lost count of how many times I've completed it before, and just being able to play through it again, I've had a lot of fun with. And like I said, I couldn't recommend it enough to you to go out and play it yourself. Like I said, I think it's only $2.99 on the store, so it's not a big asking price. But yeah, that's gonna be my review for Road Trip Adventure. I would definitely say pick it up yourself and give it a go. Like I could easily give it a 10 out of 10 just for the uniqueness of it. Like, I wouldn't say graphic wise it's obviously the best because obviously it was like 2003 PlayStation 2, but it's still good for what it was when it came out. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going to end the review. Thank you for watching this. And like I said, definitely see about giving Road Trip Adventure a go. If it's not for you, fair enough. But for me, it's definitely one of my favourite games of all time.